Greetings, fitness enthusiasts. To help us lose weight, we've all tried stocking our kitchens with wholesome foods. Our meals are meticulously planned and scheduled, yet the diet doesn't appear to be working. Well, it's not only your refrigerator that's the issue. You need to understand how to break unhealthy eating habits if you want your diet to have the intended effects. We'll discuss common practices that increase your intake of sugar, empty calories, and bad fat in today's video. Can eating out have a detrimental effect on your diet? How about eating because you're feeling sad? We'll discuss all of this and more. You would assume that by now you would have become an expert dieter. To lose weight, there can be a list of foods you should eat or stay away from. It's possible that you're counting calories as well. All of these things appear to be rather simple on the surface, but they are much harder to actually implement. You may be surprised to learn that 45 million Americans attempt diets annually, with the majority of them failing. Now let's get started. To start with, what happens if you indulge in mindless eating? To start with, what happens if you indulge in mindless eating? Have you ever been snacking in front of the TV and realized that the entire bag was gone before you realized it? Were you even aware of the quantity you were eating? Well, one of the worst behaviors that might cause overeating is mindless eating. It's totally understandable that getting in shape is difficult because unhealthy eating habits might resurface at any time. If you know why you're gaining weight, you're less likely to be disappointed when you get on the scale the following time. When you're distracted and don't realize what or how much food you're eating mindlessly. You can overeat because you're bored, distracted, or don't realize you're hungry. In these situations, it's simple to indulge in mindless eating. Finding balance is the only way to practice mindful eating and reach your weight loss objective. Just because you enjoyed an unexpected piece of cake at work doesn't mean you get off easy for the remainder of the day. Never give in to pressure to take days off, merely because you've gotten out of the habit. Customs from the past are difficult to break. It's critical to take a step back and remember that eating healthily necessitates making nutrient-dense decisions most of the time. So feel free to indulge on that cake. Just keep in mind to prepare a filling supper at home. You could drink your calories, too, didn't you know that? You could drink your calories, too, didn't you know that? A delicious latte or frothy cappuccino sounds like a wonderful way to start the day. You may overindulge in fat and sugar as a result of this habit, though. The majority of the drinks offered at the coffee shops in your area are high in fat, sugar, and calories, making them suitable for a full meal. A large Coke at lunch and a glass or two of wine in the evening will put you over the calorie limit for a balanced meal. When you made healthier decisions, giving up these sugary drinks was probably a no-brainer, but cravings can strike at any time. You might experience them at work or in the middle of the night. You'll suddenly have the want to run to the store and buy a huge Coke. It's critical to resist these desires and stick to your eating plan. Are you unsure about how to adopt a healthier routine? Examine the nutritional details of your drinks before placing your order. When you drink calories, you won't feel as satisfied as you would when you eat them. Select from calorie-conscious options such as a small skim cappuccino. It will increase your protein intake without exceeding 100 calories. Are you an excessive soda drinker? This is a problem, all right. In addition to being loaded with sugar, soda has a ton of calories. Swap down your afternoon beverage for some water. You'll drop a few pounds with this. When sipping plain water becomes monotonous, try some low-calorie recipes. Add berries and mint to your water. You're guaranteed to find a taste you like when there's variety. Also, be mindful of portion control if you like a glass of wine every day. A single glass of wine is only 150 milliliters. See what happens to your diet when you don't have breakfast. What happens to your diet when you don't have breakfast? You might believe that since you're cutting out a whole meal from your diet, missing breakfast is the best way to lose weight. However, there's a good chance that doing this will cause you to overeat at lunch and put on some additional weight. After going without food all night, your body is already ravenous. So if you skip breakfast, you'll crave heavy, sugary meals. Furthermore, when you're extremely hungry, you probably won't care how many calories you're consuming and will just eat anything. Over time, this results in weight increase. You ought to eat a healthy breakfast each and every day. Dislike breakfast? Your organs That is, for them to function correctly, they require food. Breakfast doesn't have to be difficult or take a long time. A hard-boiled egg, berry smoothie, or a plain bowl of oatmeal are all excellent ways to start the day with nutrition and maintain stable blood sugar levels. Supporting the all-or-nothing mentality puts your diet in jeopardy. Supporting the all-or-nothing mentality puts your diet at jeopardy. I'm going to stop eating chocolate right now. I'll either give up Diet Coke forever or drink it every day. Having salted cashews won't matter because I've already had salted peanuts. Have you ever made remarks similar to these? This is the all-or-nothing strategy, then. Dieters frequently experience this. They have a black-and-white perspective and are radical thinkers. They organize their meals and track their advancement in this manner. Naturally, eating healthily isn't possible all the time. An extremely rigorous dietary regimen nearly never works. How would you feel if you fail and have the wrong meal? How are you going to respond? Do you think of yourself as mentally ill, a failure, or sick? No, it only says that you're a human. Being human comes with imperfections, particularly in terms of eating habits. The best way to keep up long-term weight loss and good eating practices is to occasionally give yourself a little leeway, rather than residing in a world of black and white where you must adhere to an all-or-nothing diet, except the gray areas. This implies that as long as you eat them in moderation, all foods, healthy or not, can be a part of your diet. Even after enjoying an unexpected dinner, never give up. This will affect your capacity to reduce weight. Dining out is strictly forbidden. Dining out is strictly forbidden. There is a new reason to eat at your favorite restaurant every week, including birthdays, date evenings, and family get-togethers. However, this is an infallible method of ruining your diet. It should come as no surprise that eating several meals away from home is bad for your diet. It's expensive to start, and you don't always choose the healthiest foods. A daily McDonald's meal may result in an intake of up to 1,000 additional calories. This also applies to other burger establishments you visit. Were you skipping the drive-thru and packing a low-calorie lunch when you initially started your diet? Even while it sounds like a wonderful idea, it's not always effective. In actuality, life gets in the way. Not everyone can maintain their routine. It's far too simple to revert to old routines and grab things on the run when time is tight. It's time to scale back when the once-a-week pleasure becomes the norm. Studies reveal that eating out consumes 200 calories more per person on average than eating in. Remember, diet does not equate to deprivation. Any restaurant, Thai, Italian, or Indian, will help you lose weight. Selecting the healthiest foods is the challenge. The good news is that there are many of establishments catering to health-conscious customers. Eat a piece of fresh fruit or a handful of nuts if you're hungry before you leave. In this manner, you avoid choosing an unhealthy, fatty dish when you get to the restaurant or overindulging from the breadbasket. When you finally go to a restaurant, you won't be as hungry if you don't deprive yourself of food at home. Additionally, you can save time by pre-chopping your vegetables and buying brown rice in portions that are ready to consume. To ensure you have leftovers for the following day's work, double the batch. Make dinner mostly composed of easily prepared items. These include items such as hummus-topped veggies, whole grain crackers, yogurt, and fresh fruit. When you consume your emotions, what happens to your diet? When you consume your emotions, what happens to your diet? When you're upset or depressed, do you head straight to the pantry? Do you turn to food for solace? Fear not. This is a typical phenomenon called emotional eating. Food is believed to momentarily fill the emptiness that negative emotions cause by creating a deceptive sense of fullness. When you're eating emotionally, you may have frequent cravings for fast food as a way to numb and cope with unpleasant emotions. You seem to trust food as a source. These feelings could even make you feel bad after eating. This will ultimately fuel an endless cycle of binge eating and weight growth. Your emotional eating may be mostly caused by relationship troubles, health problems, financial stress at work, or health issues. If you've had a difficult day, avoid turning to food. Reach out to a buddy, jot down notes, or take a stroll. Recognize the stressful circumstances for what they are and devise constructive coping mechanisms. You will achieve your weight loss objectives with a bit extra work. All you have to do is make the correct meal choices. We are able to provide you with a list of certain ones. Would you like to continue the topic with a few more films about diets? What you should know is as follows. Take a look at the top 10 foods for dieting. Alternatively, how about 12 diet blunders to get away from while attempting to reduce weight? Feel free to click one. Better yet, watch both to see out how eating habits can support your fitness goals. Have these habits ever gotten the better of you? Tell us in the comments section below.